Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, as all the reciters have joined, I think we can begin with the recitation.
Sure, please.
Instead of Navakishori Mataji, Jigisha Mataji will be doing Mataji.
Oh, really? Okay. No issues.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadhyasya yatonvayati taratas chateshvabhijñasvarat teni brahmahridayadikavaye मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृतां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा दाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तगुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मप्रोजितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सदा वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतीत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभितक्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखातमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः
नैमिषे निमिषक्षेत्रे ऋषया शौनकादयः सत्रं स्वर्गाय लोकाय सहस्रसममासत प्रायेणाल्पायुषः सभ्य कलावस्मिन् युगे जनाः मन्दाः सुमन्दमतयो मन्दभाग्या हि उपद्रुताः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये मुनया साधु पृष्टोऽहं भवद्भिर्लोकमङ्गलं यत्कृता कृष्णसम्प्रश्नो येनात्मा सुप्रसीदति। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Sindhu Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So you will be reading sixth one Mataji, reciting from sixth one. Hare Krishna.
Sixth, okay, 1.2.6.
6, 7 and 8 Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. 2.78. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 1.2.6. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktirajopshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Shloka 7. वासुदेवे भगवती भक्तियोगप्रयोजितः जनयति आसु वैराग्यं ज्ञानं च यत् अहैतुकम्. श्लोक 8. धर्मस्वनुष्ठितपुंसां विश्वक्षेणाकताशु यः नोत्पादयेत् यदिरतिं श्रम एव हि केवलम्. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
धर्मस्य ह्यपवर्गस्य नार्थो अर्थायोपकल्पते नार्थस्य धर्मैकान्तस्य कामो लाभाय हि स्मृतः कामस्य नेन्द्रियप्रीतिर्लाभो जीवेत यावता जीवस्य तत्त्वजिज्ञासा नार्थो यच्चेह कर्मभिः वदन्ति तत्त्वविदत्तत् तत्त्वं यज्ञानमद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवानिति शब्दते। हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Archana Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. तच्छ्रद्धाधानमुनयो ज्ञानवैराग्ययुक्तया पश्यन्त्यात्मनि चात्मानं भक्त्या श्रुतगृहीतया अदपुम्भिर्दृशश्रेष्ठा वर्णाश्रमविभागशः स्वानुस्थितस्य धर्मस्य संसिद्धिर्हरितोषणम् तस्मात् एकेन मनसा भगवान् सात्वतां प्रति कीर्तितव्यश्च देवश्च नित्यदा। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Srimad
Yes, ma'am.
Bhagavatam 1.2.1. Yad anudhyasina yukta magandhi vibhedanam chindanti kovadastasya kona kuryat kadharatim. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.16. Shushrushoshadana dhanasya vasudeva katharuchi syanamahan sevaya vipra punyatidha niveshana. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.17. Shunvatam Swata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Satam.
Hare Krishna Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, am I audible Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna 1.2.18 Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki 19 Tada Rajastamo Bhava Kama Lobhadayascha Ye Cheta Etair Anavidham Stitam Sattve Prasidati 20 Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavat Bhakti Yogataha Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Digisha Mataji. Would you like to do 21, 28 and 29?
Sure, Mataji.
Now Kishori Mataji has joined.
Hare
Let me
Krishna.
ask him. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. No problem, Mataji. You can sing. Is fine.
Okay. Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. विद्यते हृदयग्रन्थि शिज्यन्ते सर्वसंशया क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि द्रष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे वासुदेव परा वेदा वासुदेव परामखा वासुदेव परा योगा वासुदेव परा क्रिया वासुदेव परं ज्ञानं वासुदेव परं तप वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परागति. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे 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 राम
हरे राम राम
राम राम हरे
हरे
हरे.
हरे।
Hare Krishna. Koti pranams to all of you all. So nice. It's so nice to hear everybody reciting shlokas. Special thanks to Archana and thanks to all who are participating and taking this seva. Now, Kishori Mataji, you had taken seva, but you gave your seva to others. You have got the marks. Lord is very, very pleased. Thank you so much. Okay, so we start today's day. I welcome all of you. Sudha Mataji from New Jersey, Shailaja Mataji from India, Archana, Sri Radha Mataji, Archana, Sunil Kumar, Sindhu Mataji, Krishnamurti Prabhu from Bangalore, Jigisha, Sudha Mataji, Rakesh Prabhu, Dinesh Prabhu, Shanmukha Priya Mataji, Dhanish Priya Mataji, now Kishori Mataji from South Africa. And I am from Dubai, international group. Hare Krishna. Devala Mataji from Sharjah. Hare Krishna. Welcome you all. Hare Krishna. You missed the nectar. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mother, sorry, I just joined.
No problem. So we'll start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalaam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकृपतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः पंचतत्वमन्त्र श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद may I request everybody whether you can mute unmute raise your hands and Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare.
नारायणं नमस्ते चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी निगमकल्पतरुगलितं फलं शुकमुखामृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमाल्यं मुहुरहो रसिक भुवि भावुकाः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते स्वामित्रामे नमाचार्यपदाय नित्यकृपापदाय गौरकथादाय नगराग्रन्थाय मुखं करोति वाचालं यत् कृपा परमानंद तत्सत् हरे कृष्ण so very nice to see you all and after long time again so let's start today's session. Let me share my screen to you all. So we are on the 10th chapter and very soon we are going to complete this 10th chapter also. Yeah, so we will have some announcements at the end. Let's begin with today's shloka. This is, Lord is entering Dwarka and what is happening, when the ladies of Dwarka are looking at the Lord, what are their gestures, what are their feelings, what is the appreciation, all that we see, and through what we see, we try to learn, and after learning, if we can imbibe those qualities within us. Okay, with that note, we start. If somebody wants to recite the shlokas, because I cannot see, do not show this. Okay, so we start. Okay. So 1, 10, 26, I'll be trying to touch upon 26, 27, 28, 3 shlokas. Dhana Shri Mataji, want to read the shloka?
Yes, Mataji, if you allow.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Pranams.
Okay, text 26. Aho alam shlagyatamam yado kulam aho alam punyatam madhorvanam yadesha punsam rishabha shriya pratpatihi swajanmana chankramane chanchati. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Translation also?
I will give somebody else because we are 15 of us. So let others also get opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you.
I always say, the more we grab the opportunity, because even one word of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Upanishad, anything that connects us to Lord, if we read, we don't know. The time is ticking. Either we are purifying or we are going closer and closer to the Lord. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyone for, okay, Devla Mataji, you can read the translation, and then per part, I will give 2 people. So Sindhu Mataji will start reading first, and then we can ask who else is there. I cannot see the raising hands. Okay. Sudha Mataji, you can read the second part, okay? Okay, start.
Sure.
Devla Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhamma Pranam. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Oh, how supremely glorified is the dynasty of King Yadu, and how virtuous is the land of Mathura, where the supreme leader of all living beings, the husband of the goddess of fortune, has taken his birth and wandered in his childhood. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hey Krishna, thank you so much. Yes, Sindhu, you can read, and then second, after 2 paras, Sudha Mataji can.
Till where, Mataji? Till I'll read. You'll stop me, right?
I'll stop you now itself.
Hare Krishna.
So you can read, till here. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Sure, I'm reading from the book, Mataji. Sure, I'll start.
Oh, you're reading from the book, huh?
Yeah. Every day I
Okay.
use from the book. Yeah.
Okay. So then where you can stop is liberation is obtainable. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Up there. Yeah. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Text 26. Pranam Shri Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, has expressively given a description of his transcendental appearance, disappearance, and activities. The Lord appears in a particular family or place by his inconceivable potency. He does not take his birth as a conditioned soul, quits his body and accepts another body. His birth is like the appearance and disappearance of the sun. The sun rises on the eastern horizon, but that does not mean that the eastern horizon is the parent of the sun. The sun is existent in every part of the solar system, but he becomes visible at a scheduled time and so also becomes invisible at another scheduled time. Similarly, the Lord appears in this universe like the sun and again leaves our sight at another time. He exists at all times and at every place, but by his causeless mercy, when he appears before us, we take it for granted that he has taken his birth. Anyone who can understand this truth in terms of the statements of the revealed scriptures certainly becomes liberated just after quitting the present body. Liberation is obtainable after many births and after great endeavor in patience and perseverance, in knowledge and renunciation. But simply by knowing in truth about the Lord's transcendental births and activities, one can get liberation at once. This is the verdict of the Bhagavad Gita. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, you can continue.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams. But those who are in the darkness of ignorance conclude that the Lord's birth and activities in the material world are similar to those of the ordinary living being. Such imperfect conclusions cannot give anyone liberation. His birth, therefore, in the family of King Yadu as the son of King Vasudeva and his transfer into the family of Nanda Maharaj in the land of Mathura are all transcendental arrangements made by the internal potency of the Lord. The fortunes of the Yadu dynasty and that of the inhabitants of the land of Mathura cannot be materially estimated. If simply by knowing the transcendental nature of the birth and activities of the Lord, one can get liberation easily, we can just imagine what is in store for those who actually enjoyed the company of the Lord in person as a family member or as a neighbor. All those who were fortunate enough to associate with the Lord, the husband of the goddess of fortune, certainly obtained something more than what is known as liberation. Therefore, rightly the dynasty and the land are both ever glorious by the grace of the Lord. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So there is so much to understand. Very first thing here is we were trying to understand, they all want to glorify the Yadu dynasty, first of all. And then Vrindavan, where Lord was present himself, who is known as husband of goddess of fortune, who is not an ordinary person, those who understand him as an ordinary person. Yeah. He was none other than Supreme Personality of Godhead. His birth is called appearance. and his leaving to abode is called disappearance. Our birth is just called ordinary birth, and our going to, we don't know which planet we are going. That's why it is called death. So there is vast different appearance, disappearance, or janam ho gaya, maran ho gaya, took birth, died. What will be the difference? Even the animals are taking birth and dying. What is the difference? His forms never changes, but his presence makes us change. It brings a revolution within us. He is boldly declaring all this, He is saying in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that why I have come. First of all, he's saying, that whenever I come, yada yada he's saying why I'm coming. And then he is very boldly saying also that when I come, what is the reason for my coming? Yeah. He's just not coming, eating, meeting, sleeping, defending. Why you told me like this? The other day somebody was talking about me like this at my back. Why you all are talking like this, wasting the time? Or there we went and ate something. Arey, what khana it was. Oh, so nice. We thought we will go one more time like this. Why waste your time? Then, arey, with this sari from where you took, right? I took. Acha, oh, I will also tell my husband. Wasting your time, wasting your time. We go to a restaurant. Oh, today birthday party. Oh, chalo, let's go to have a party. We go for a party, then say, अरे गरम नहीं लाया, अरे इसके साथ में मसाला नहीं लाया, मसाला पापड़ नहीं दिया, ओ छाछ नहीं दिया, ओ छाछ में मसाला नहीं डाला. अरे that 2 inches stomach and this not even half an inch of tongue. Poor, the toll is taken by the money, purse of the husband. We are spending so much, wasting so much time, wasting our valuable minutes, which can take us to beyond this birth and death. So that's the reason it says, whether we glorify the Lord, whether we talk any activities about the Lord, it is nothing but our own purification, benefit hai. That's why Prabhupada always says, give and take, Krishna consciousness, everybody benefits. And that's why it says in Bhagavad Gita itself, it's saying beautifully, it's explaining that Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, has expressed, given a description of his transcendental appearance. That's why it is said that Vasudev just glanced over Devaki, and how then Krishna appears. And when Krishna appeared, he was with Kundala and all that. I don't remember anybody telling me, because I read shlokas for a lot of pregnant ladies. Nobody till now has told me, oh, mera bacha na kapde ke saath aaya tha, uska saath mein ornaments tha. Nobody has told me. But Krishna was born properly. He appears nicely, well dressed, Chaturbhuj, with nice kundala, everything. And then Vasudev said, Baba, don't do this. Baba, I understand. The mother is also pleading. We understand you are God. Please disguise yourself. Your mama is going to come now. And then he appears like a small infant baby, like a normal materialistic children. And then he's crying, wah, 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 So his appearance is divine, but only listening to his pure devotees, he shows himself, he pretends himself to be an ordinary person. Let the mother running, without clothes, chum, 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 he's running here and there. And that too, we relish that Leela so much, we keep on talking for 30 days, Damodar Leela. Somebody asked me once, Mataji, you don't get bored, Mataji? 30 days, I was constantly hearing, you are every time saying same Leela. I say, every time when I say there is butterflies in my stomach, oh, did I miss out anything? Oh, was I keeping the mood proper? Oh, did I say everything properly, scene by scene? वो पहले ही बोल दिया, वो उठ के दूध पी लिया, बाद में बोला वो दही रो रहा था, वो दूध रो रहा था, ऐसा नहीं हुआ ना, अपसाइड डाउन नहीं हुआ ना. So I said, no, it doesn't happen with us like this. 30 days is still less. We want to relish our whole life and pass on this taste to others. So it says his birth is like the appearance and disappearance of the sun. Yeah. Now, for example, it's evening time. For Yola, it's night. So somebody will say, oh, sun is gone. Somebody says, where? Which place? No, sun is gone now. So in India, we are not able to see sun. So somebody calls from US and says, don't speak rubbish, okay? We can see the bright sun. Yes, Baba, to your side it is seen. For us, it is night now. So same way, Krishna, like sun, is always there. Sometimes he's in millennium after millennium, we can see him, but in some time, he appears in the scriptures. And always he is within our heart as Paramatma. This is the only difference, So he says he becomes visible if he wants to. Because in Kali Yuga, he has declared that nobody can see me. But yes, we can feel him. We can feel his potencies. Why? Because we are every time enjoying his potencies. Whatever we see, whatever action we are doing, it is all his arrangements. Then it is said that he exists at all times and all places, isn't it? He appears before us. We take it for granted that he has taken birth. We take it for granted. Those who are not into devotion, they'll say, कैसे तुम लोग ऐसा भगवान का पूजा करते हो? This is Lord. He is eating mud and you all are relishing. He is eating curd, throwing here and there, you all are relishing. We know this is the Leela that he is playing. And by seeing this Leela, when we are relishing, we are washing off our own karmas. Where, in which other scriptures it is said? Where other peoples are there who will describe like this? It says the verdict of Bhagavad Gita is itself that one who relishes his birth and death, one can get liberation at once. Yeah. So there also, see, we are relishing, but he is giving us bonus. Otherwise, materialistically, we have to work like a donkey and then keep begging, oh, can you give us something? And then also we may or we may not get. But here, scriptures, you do or no, you're doing or no. Now I see 15, 16 of them. I don't know how many are cooking for the husband, how many are feeding the babies, how many have put on the, YouTube, or how many have been, on the channel. I don't know anything. So therefore it says that his transcendental, family, that's why we are relishing or why we are appreciating Yadu dynasty. He says this Yadu dynasty, who is son of King Vasudev, and his transcendental family, that is Nand Maharaj, and the land of Mathura, they all are transcendental arrangements made by internal potency of the Lord. See, when Lord comes, he brings with him everything. He will first tell, oh, come on, I'm appearing. So you go there, you become my opposite party, you become my own family members, you will become my, friends in this place, that place. He will make all the arrangement and then he will come. So this is what Srimad Bhagavatam in detail talks about. We can just, imagine what is the, fortune of people who were his friends, who were just his relatives or those who are his parents. What kind of karma that they must have done to relish that position and to enjoy Lord's company, isn't it? Yeah. It says that to obtain something more than what is known as liberation, righteously, the dynasty and the land are both very glorious for the grace of the Lord. Because Lord has chosen to be in Mathura, in Vrindavan. So he says that's the reason Prabhupada is making this point that Still we have time. Let us go there and pay our obeisances. Why? Because Lord has walked on that places, on that piece of land. How fortunate we should also consider ourselves that we are being introduced by His name, His periphernals, His potencies. We are reading, we are trying to understand. This is nothing but our fortune that we have to understand. And we keep begging, can somebody recite the shloka, please? Can somebody please read one translation for us? Yeah. So we have to, why we are having so many classes, why these arrangements are there, so that we start not only reading, but slowly, we relish that. And how we will able to relish? If we have washed off what we had carried the bag with us. This is what is the aim of reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Yeah. This is what we need to understand carefully when we are reading this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. His appearance, his disappearance, what is it? And again, all this when we talk, liberation is obtainable after many births and after great endeavor. Yes. This is what we are trying to understand here. If anybody has any question, you can park it. We can discuss later. Anybody for the shloka 1:10:27? Hare Krishna. Nobody? Ahobaswara yes tiraskari kushathali punya yasya kari bhuva pashyanti nityam yad anugrahe shitam smitāvalokam swapatim samayat parajata. Anybody for translation or shloka? Yes, Archana Sri Radha. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation and translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Undoubtedly, it is wonderful that Dwarka has defeated the glories of heavenly planets and has enhanced the celebrity of the earth. The inhabitants of Dwarka are always seeing the soul of all living beings, Krishna, in his loving feature. He glances at them and favors them with sweet smiles. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
you.
Dandavat pranams.
Hare Krishna. Pranams. Yes, Krishnamurti Prabhu, you want to read. So you read first para and somebody be ready for the second para. I need somebody, please raise your hand or I'll randomly call. Oh, very good. Somebody has raised their hand. Okay. Kusumataji. Kusumataji, you can read the second para. Yes, Krishnamurti Prabhu, please go ahead.
It is will scroll little bit down.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Purport by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada Ki Jai. The heavenly planets are inhabited by demigods like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, and Vayu, and the pious souls reach there after performance of many virtuous acts on Earth. Modern scientists agree that the timing arrangement in higher planetary system is different from that of the Earth. Thus, it is understood from the revealed scriptures that the duration of life there is 10,000 years by our calculation. 6 months on Earth is equal to 1 day on the heavenly planets. Facilities of enjoyment are also similarly enhanced, and the beauty of the inhabitants is legendary. Common men on the earth are very much fond of reaching the heavenly planets because they have heard that comforts of life are far greater than on the earth. They are now trying to reach the moon by spacecraft. Considering Considering
All
all
that.
this, the heavenly planets are more celebrated than the earth. But the celebrity of earth has defeated that of the heavenly planets because of Dwaraka, where Lord Sri Krishna reigned as king. These places, namely Vrindavana, Mathura, and Dwaraka, are more important than the famous planets within the universe. These places are perpetually sanctified because whenever the Lord descends to earth, he displaces his transcendental activities, particularly in these three places. They are perpetually the holy lands of the Lord, and the inhabitants still take advantage of the holy places. Even though the Lord is now out of their sight, the Lord is the soul of all living beings, and He desires always to have all the living beings in their Swarupa, in their constitutional position, to participate in transcendental life in His association. His attractive features and sweet smiles go deep into the heart of everyone, and once it is so done, the living being is admitted into the kingdom of God, from which no one returns. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna Mataji,
Yeah,
Pranams Mataji.
pranams, pranams, pranams. Thank you so much. So, as we were trying to glorify Yadu dynasty, now we are going furthermore, because all this is spoken by the ladies, all the women's who are gathered and who are on the terrace, and they are seeing, Lord. So they are appreciating Lord, saying what a good fortune of Dwarka residence, even on earth. It's really special. Why it is special? Because Krishna descended himself, and he is bringing with them the transcendental abode, the personalities also who are associating with him. So they are not ordinary people who are associating with him. So we need to understand, even these ladies who are speaking are also to be exhibited as exalted personalities, because they are speaking about the Lord by looking at the Lord. Yeah. So it says his personal associates are with him, so they are also getting envied about them. Yeah. When we see Lord comes in this world from his abode, that means there is existence of other planets, isn't it? He has come from his abode. So some people, they say, there is nothing, why? Because they are not successful in their research. Why? Because they are doing research with their limited vision, limited knowledge, limited instruments. Just to go from one destination to another, we need a proper aircraft. Yeah. Now, since my son is a pilot, so we know, okay, from, how, what is the machinery, and what is the latest machinery, what is the defect, all those things. So what to talk about going to another planets when we fail? Now, recently, few weeks back, we saw one air crash in US. Yeah. They are still trying to find out what is the defect of the technology. Yeah. And so many lives were, they lost their lives. So we are trying to understand here that within our limited knowledge, we are not successful yet. What to talk about when they talk about, oh, there is no inhabitants, no inhabitants, there is no planets. Yeah. It's just blinking stars, and that's the reason they are still trying and trying, and they said, okay, we went to Mars, and then what happened? Suddenly they are saying, oh, Pluto is not there, oh, Uranus is not there. Why? Because they are not able to do any study or research on that. See, through the scriptures, we understand that there is Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Surya. Now, what to talk about? We know from scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Indra. He has got his own planet, and he is not at all an ordinary person. How we get to know this? That his existence is there? Because during one of the past times in Vrindavan, he calls one of his cloud Sammataka. And he says, go, I order you. You have to devastate this Vrindavan area. So when he is giving an order, he is not giving an order in the air. There is a person whom he is executing. He is summoning the order. So that is an evidence to us that there is a planet and there is the owner of that planet, and he has the inhabitants there. What more evidence that we need? It's only the difference is that the different grades of living entities. If those who have read further Bhagavatam cantos, that in one of the planets, there are only Nagas, only snakes. There are some planets where the inhabitants are going near the seashore, when the waves are coming, we see the waves coming with lot of feather and then they're going. When the layers are coming, they are grabbing the gold. And everybody is discussing, oh, is this gold good? No? Okay, then they're throwing there and there. And they're picking up something else. And where we are struggling for 1 gram gold, we always see, oh, what is the cost? Every time the price is changing, market is going up and down for gold. So once when I was hearing this, I said, oh, can we go once to that planet? Yeah. So Maharaj Vignesh Maharaj was saying, you need certain qualifications and purification to reach there. You don't need any satellite. You don't need any equipments to reach there. Your purification and your dedication to please the Lord. And then you can take a tour of all these 14 planetary systems. Yeah? So we are trying to understand here that how is the calculation of it? The end of Brahma's day, it's the middle and the lower planets are submerged in water. Where this is revealed? It is revealed in the scriptures, and scientists, if you go and discuss, they will not even believe on this. Today's knowledge is very, very poor. It is not only poor knowledge, but they lack in the understanding and making of these kind of equipments. Why? Because they need that kind of blessings and knowledge, which has to be blessed by the Lord. So when they are limited, that means we need to understand. To reach such planets, you cannot manufacture a space vehicle, lunar or Mars. We can only limit ourselves there, and that too, failure after failure, failure after failure. Only to reach that place, it is very beautifully Prabhupada saying that pious acts and pious qualifications. These are the two things which will please the Lord. It says, duration 2 of life is thus to be understood from the revealed scripture, because every planet has its own duration of their lives. It's not as fixed as your Earth. Earth has got sanctioned lifespan of limited to 100 years. Yeah. So it says, the calculation is also given. It says, description of heavenly planets mesmerizes us. And that's the reason we say that how we feel that Dwarka, Mathura, or Vrindavan, how important they are. The point is that we must take opportunity and go and visit these places and purify ourselves. Many of them are running now to Mahakumbh. Why they are going? The reason for going to Kumbh is because when Amrit Manthan happened, that 4 drops had fallen, and one of that drop that had fallen was at Kumbh. And that's the reason they want to go and take a dip there to purify oneself. And that's the reason it says, one desires all living beings in their swarupa, in their constitutional position, to participate in the transcendental life in his association. His attractive features and sweet smile go deep into the heart of everyone, and at once it is so done, the living entity is admitted into the kingdom of God. And this is our small attempt that we must try, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam constantly. That's why it said, Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya. Who is going to read the second part, please? Somebody was there to read.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
Kusum.
Kusum. Yes. Please read. Please read.
Yeah.
The heavenly planets.
Yes, ma'am. That is little. Bring it down little.
Okay.
Yeah. The heavenly planets may be very famous for offering better facilities of material enjoyment, but as we learn from the Bhagavad Gita, one has to come back again to the earth planet as soon as the acquired virtue is finished. Dwarika is certainly more important than the heavenly planets because whoever has been favored with the smiling glance of the Lord shall never come back again to this rotten earth, which is certified by the Lord Himself as a place of misery. Not only this earth, but also all the planets of the universes are places of misery because in none of the planets within the universe is there eternal life, eternal bliss, and eternal knowledge. Any person engaged in the devotional service of the Lord is recommended to live in one of the above mentioned three places, namely Dwarika, Mathura, or Vrindavan. Because devotional service in these three places is magnified, those who go there to follow the principles in terms of instructions imparted in the revealed scriptures surely achieve the same result as obtained during the presence of Lord Shri Krishna. His abode and he himself are identical, and a pure devotee under the guidance of another experienced devotee can obtain all the results even at present. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here, Prabhupada is trying to emphasize on the point that he's insisting again and again by writing, go to these three places, Dwarka, Mathura, Vrindavan. Why? Because Dwarka, he was in opulences as Lord, King. Yeah. In Vrindavan, he was with the gopis and gopas at cowherd. Yeah. In Mathura, that how he was taken after birth and how he was there, in his childhood. Also, he's trying to make a point that when we go to these places, sorry, am I audible? Somebody said, am I audible, Hare Krishna?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes,
Audible.
Mataji.
Sorry, somebody said I'm not audible. Maybe it's their problem because first of all, I don't see anybody. So it's like a blank screen. Sorry. So, Prabhupada is making a point. Please try and visit these places. That's the reason in scriptures we see why they are saying go to Dham, and here specifically they have given these places so that we go there. What are we going to imbibe there? Recently, I was in Vrindavan. You call a rickshaw wala. You don't say, hey, rickshaw wala, please come. He says, rickshaw, Radhe Radhe. And the rickshaw says, Radhe Radhe, Maiya, kahan jaoge? Chai wala also. Radhe Radhe, kya pilaएं? दूध वाला राधे राधे दे क्या गरम गरम पीने को मैया ये ले जाओ राधे ये ले जाओ oh my god you feel as if you're on the 8th world. I still remember morning when I was going to Govardhan and the rickshaw wala I said भैया राधे 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 कहाँ जाएंगे राधे oh my god I said you made my day. This is what you will totally be in transcendental mood. You will develop that mood. And to develop that mood, first of all, you're going to wash off. So when you go to Yamuna, when you're doing puja in Yamuna Ghat, when you're going there and you sit near the, 2 minutes. So what happens is the moment you reach there, first of all, the raj of that vraja is that you will feel the purification. Yeah, you feel the transcendental vibes. Why? Because everywhere Kirtan is there. Everywhere, somebody or the other. Either they are saying Lalla or they are saying Krishna or they are saying Radha. I remember we went to Barsana and we were in one of the temple and 2-3 of them saying, अरे परेशान क्यों हो रहे हो लाडली के घर खड़े हो I was like I say लाडली up the title was given I say लाडली का द्वार I was so happy and we were taking photos of that I say हमारी राधा रानी लाडली हमारी बरसाना की रखवाली बरसाना की वो रहने वाली they talk in such a way even once you go and when you come back and you close your eyes and recall that, you feel every day you're purifying yourself. Please. How many of you all have been to Vrindavan or Mathura or Dwarka? Anybody? Archana. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, only Archana? Okay, Sudha also. Okay, Devla also. Yeah. So have you all experienced this? Or it's only my madness? Anybody? Please share.
We will go. Now we will go to Vrindavan.
Please go, please go, please go. Yeah. Yeah. Sudha Mataji, how is your experience?
Yes, Mataji, as you said, everywhere, wherever we go, they say Radhe Radhe, and we feel very nice, Mataji, when we go there.
Yes.
It was a nice experience.
They don't
Devla Mataji.
consider Krishna as God. They just consider as a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lala. They just give Lala and Radha Lali.
Yes.
Yes,
No,
Mataji.
once it so happened, I was on the retreat for my Guru Maharaj and I went there. So I was just, discussing with the 2-3 of them and then said, so I said, ये गलत नहीं करना चाहिए because Krishna, Lord Krishna बोलेंगे कि ये पाप है. कौन कह रहा है पाप है? रिक्शा वाला सिंह. कृष्णा? अरे कौन बोलता है? मत सुनो. अरे राधा रानी बोल रही है वो सुनो. ऐसे कृष्णा वो तो जैसे राधा बोलोगे ना वो सब मान लेगा. they take it for granted as if Krishna is like their house member, somebody, and chota sa. I was like looking at him, and he's saying, मैया आप नहीं डरो, घबराओ नहीं, जो करना है करो करो, राधा की जगह है ये. कृष्णा तो पीछे पीछे आते हैं, इसलिए तो हम लोग राधा राधा बोलते हैं. So sweet, so smart, so nice, yeah. So this is the point that Krishna, Prabhupada is trying to make here. Okay. We'll go to the next shloka. I will take another 5-7 minutes because we started late. Okay. 1:10:28. Nunam prata snana hutadinashwar ishwara samarchitto hi asya grihita panibhi pipanti yah sakhya adharamritam muhuro vrajastriya samomhu yat ashriyah. Anybody for shloka or translation? Yes, Archana, Sunil. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Karan Mataji. Nolam Prabhasyan Prabha Sada Dineshwara Samarthido Jasya Yahida Panibi Ibandiya Sakyadara Mridam Mahur Vrajastriya Sammahur Yadashaya.
Thank you. You can also, 1 second, sorry. You can also read the translation, please. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Oh friends, just think of his wives, whose hands he accepted. How they must have undergone wars, baths, fire sacrifices, and perfect worship of the Lord of the universe to constantly relish now the nectar from his lips by kissing. The damsels of Rajabhumi would often faint just by expecting such favors. Hare Krishna.
Dinesh Prabhu, would you like to read the purport? Dinesh Prabhu? No? Okay. Navakishori Mataji, Rakesh Prabhu, Shanmuga.
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I?
Yeah, please go ahead. Vacho ne?
Ji Mataji, thank you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Religious rites prescribed in the scriptures are meant to purify the mundane qualities of the conditioned souls to enable them to be gradually promoted to the stage of rendering transcendental service unto the Supreme Lord. Attainment of this stage of spiritual life is the highest perfection, and this stage is called Sarupa, or the factual identity of the living being. Liberation means renovation of this stage of Sarupa. In that perfect Sarupa, in that perfect stage of Sarupa, the living beings is established in the 5 phases of loving service, one of which is the stage of Madhurya Rasa, or the humor of conjugal love. The Lord is always perfect in himself, and thus he has no hankering for himself. He, however, become a master, a friend, a son, or a husband is to fulfill the intense love of the devotee concerned. Herein, the two classes of devotee of the Lord are mentioned in the stage of conjugal love. One is Swakiya, and the other is Parakiya. Both of them are in conjugal love with the personality of Godhead Krishna. The queens of Dwarka were Swakiya, or duty married wife, but the damsels of Braja were young friends of the Lord while he was unmarried. The Lord stayed in Vrindavana till the age of 16, and his friendly relations with the neighboring girls were in terms of Parakiya. These girls, as well as the queens, underwent several penances by taking vows, bathing, and other offering sacrifices in the fire, as prescribed in the scriptures. The rites, as they are not at the end in themselves, nor are fruitive action, culture of knowledge, or perfection in mystic powers and in themselves. They are all means to attain to the highest stage of Swarupa, to render constitutional service to the Lord. Each and every living being has his individual position, is one of the above mentioned 5 different kinds of reciprocating means with the Lord. Mm, sorry, where I am? Means with the Lord, and in one's pure spiritual form of Swarupa, in relation becomes manifest without mundane affinity. The kissing of the Lord, either by his wives or his youngest girlfriends who aspire to have the Lord as their fiancé, is not of any mundane perverted quality. Had such things been mundane, a liberated soul like Sukadeva would not have taken the trouble to relish them, nor would Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have been inclined to participate in those subjects after renouncing worldly life. The stage is and after many lives of penance. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Mataji, you are muted.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Yeah. So here again, we are trying to understand how they are glorifying the wives of Hastinapur. The description, how much tapasya that one needs to get that position. In scripture also, these qualities are mentioned to be purified, So what to talk about we, in this mundane world? Liberation means going to another planet. But liberation with the aim that I only want to go and serve Lord in Goloka Vrindavan is the firm commitment. And for that firm commitment, what type of sadhana that we need. Here we are trying to also understand getting this mystic powers. It is said, see, when the activities of Lord, when we talk, so it talks about the goal. How is that goal? Through jnana, through karma, or through siddhi. These are the 3 ways. And we also understand that here we are saying madhurya rasa, So how many types of rasas are there? Shanta rasa is there, vatsalya rasa is there, dasya rasa is there, sakhya rasa is there. So here particularly we are talking about madhurya rasa. So when we speak about the Lord and his activities, so we should not take it in a perverted manner. This is the point here. When we talk about Lord and Lord's conjugal love or any activities connected to this, that means we are trying to purify our thoughts with the connection with spirituality and transcendental. If we talk mundane, then it is going to be perverted and it is going to make us fall down. That's the reason here it says the queens at Dwarka were Swakiya. Now there are two types of class of devotees. It says one is Swakiya and the other is Parakiya. So when we talk about Swakiya, that says they are the duly married wives. But the damsels of Raja, the young girls, they were in a Parakiya. Now, what is the Swakiya and Parakiya? Swakiya is that they were through the scriptural injunctions, by the proper Vedic culture way, Lord has accepted them as their wives. And that's why they have that position. To get that position also, we are getting a point here, how much exalted the tapasya, what quality of tapasya that they must have done. What sacrifices that they must have done. Here, when we do one Ekadashi, by 12 o'clock, thoda bhook to lag gaya abhi, by 4 o'clock, our tongue comes out. And by 12 o'clock, by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we say, oh, gone. So it says that's the reason we are yet not able to chant 16 rounds or read Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or take right association. What to talk about Krishna's wives, And also in a Parakya also, the sweet damsels of Vrindavan. It says those unmarried girls who were all the time thinking about the Lord, they used to think about Krishna's wife afterwards, because he was only till 16 when he was there. And just by thinking that, they would faint. Oh, how, that they have got that position to be Krishna's wives. So it says, these rites as they are not an end in themselves. When they have taken the vows, they have done this, undergoing so many severe penance, offering sacrifice in fire. So here it doesn't end. It says that the perfection and the mystic powers ends in themselves. How? They are all means to attain to the highest stage of Swarupa. They want to be in that Swarupa, to render constitutional transcendental service to the Lord. So it says each and every living beings has his individual position in one of the above mentioned 5 different kinds of reciprocation. That means with the Lord. So even we all of us also, we will be in a dasya bhav or in a sakhya bhav. But if we have that bhav and we are trying to serve the Lord, he reciprocates that way. And that's the reason here when his activities are being spoken, we should not take it in a mundane way. If that is the case, why there will be that Shuka Goswami also, who is a totally liberated soul, will be, taking part in relishing this. Or for that matter, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was very, very strict in his practice. So the scripture tries to help us to purify in our day-to-day activities and slowly, slowly take a baby steps to purification towards our aim that after this life, no life, and we want to serve Lord in his abode. So with that note, we stop here. Thank you so much. So let's take some questions. Hare Krishna. Yes, Dhanashri, you have any questions?